Alright, and we're back. We're gonna be doing the next level. But which one am I gonna choose? Well, personally, I'm gonna go to Misty Island because I really love that level. It's one of the hardest in the early game, but it's really fun. Like, it's actually a fun level because it introduces a lot of new mechanics. Did I get the scout fly here? Okay, I couldn't remember, that's why. Alright, so we can go talk to the mayor, but I want to come back to him later because I'm going to have to drop off a lot of these orbs. So, orbs! Oh, I can't hear that word without thinking of that fucking line. So yeah, this was the demo level that you got to play on the Jam Pack. I think it was Jam Pack Summer. I don't know, Editing Self has already done it in the last video, so you guys get to see that. Maybe I'll play through that someday, I don't know. I own most of the games on those discs because they're actually really good. I would love to do Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 and Underground because I own all those games, but those games are only good with the soundtrack on, and I can't justify getting a copyright strike. So, this is Misty Island. This is probably the, oh man, I really should have went in here with more health. This place is gonna rip me apart, and that's fine. But, this was the demo you got to play back on Jam Pack, and it was fucking awesome. So, we get introduced to these new, little trampoline doers here, or seesaw doers. That's fine. Oh, I thought that was gonna bounce up and hit me, Jesus Christ. There we go. Now, there's a few things we gotta do here that go over to the village. Now, these blue bastards, I hate these dudes. Oh god, that was way too close. So they take 2 hits to kill because you gotta knock their skull helmet on them down, so... Alright, and just look at this environment, dude. It's so fucking cool. Like, it's... That was a little too close. So this is a puzzle later on. This muck we can stand in. Looks like water from Half-Life 1. See that bastard over there? That one? Also, yeah, all the enemies in this game have really cool idle animations, and it just... They feel really cool. Like, that's something that I love about this game, is all the enemies and items have so much personality. Oh, there's no way I was gonna get that quick. So that's the Muse. We need to give that to one of the dudes. I think he's the sculptor in the village. Or Smith, I don't know. He's some dude with a fucking helmet, I don't know. So, I usually just don't bother getting it the first time. I probably won't. It's actually really tough to get this bastard. So, it's really fast. And this guy right here, that's how you kill those things. Those things are just nasty. They spit out a fireball, and that thing will literally track you. Okay, now I'm conscious. I said the word literally. That thing will track you throughout, like, a pretty long distance, and it can actually hit you pretty easily. It's got a massive hitbox. Most projectiles in this game have pretty big hitboxes. But this is also the level we get introduced to Red Eco. Red Eco is the one for strength. It doesn't show up very often. But this is also a level, that's why I was like, shit, I don't have very much health, because we get introduced to the ambush system in this game, which is not very fun. When I was a kid, I couldn't figure it out because I was a dumb fat kid, so... Oh, you're fucking kidding me. So what that does is we're gonna get, like, stuck in a room with a shitload of dudes, and... This game's combat is fine, it's just rudimentary, though. It's nothing groundbreaking. I don't want to get fucked over here. I usually get this guy up here on this next part, so... It's not hard, but it's just like... Oh, dicks. I think you have to hit it, that's the problem. I don't think you can actually just touch it. There we go. I love that animation. I love how Jak always looks so disappointed. And yeah, Jak doesn't start speaking until Jak 2, where he says, I'm gonna kill Praxis as his first coherent sentence in the series, because edgy, you know. I don't like the story in the later Jak games, because they get really stupid. But this part was just the bane of my existence as a kid. I forgot to mention, if you stand on shit you're not supposed to, you just slide off of it like that, and you can't jump off either. You're just stuck in that animation, so you gotta be careful. And yeah, those torches actually hurt you, so don't touch those either. This was the game that, like, taught me a lot of modern stuff in games. Like, Don't touch things that look hot. They will actually hurt you, because the programmers were smart enough to do that. But look at that, they even have like the fucking like steam coming off of it and like the way it... Oh, it's so cool. Oh, that was too close. So this level is pretty linear. It's not very crazy. There's not a lot of branching shit in it. The main thing we gotta do here is get to use the... what's it called? The zoomer, which is actually reflected on later games a lot better. The one in this game actually controls pretty well. It's got just the right amount of oversteer to where it's not like just fucking gross and awkward to use. Oh god. There we go. I totally whiffed that one. That was a terrible play. This guy's gonna hit me, isn't he? Ah, he hid. So sometimes those dudes can hide. I'm not really sure the entire timing you gotta use to hit them. But this is Red Eco. Makes a really cool sound, by the way. So, 2 hits, just 1. There's also something the game doesn't tell you, which is that this actually extends your hit. Ah, that's fine. We came in here with low health. So, if you're gonna be like, dude, you died! Oh, trust me, I'm gonna get killed a few times. This game does not play around after a while. So, I don't like where this is going. Let's go over this way. So the Red Eco actually does have a secondary function that you can't really tell because the game doesn't tell you this. Oh, I'm trying to get this platform over here lit up. That's what I'm trying to do. There we go. So Red Eco actually extends your hitbox out. It's probably... it doesn't sound like a big deal, but trust me, it's very, very important when you actually have to use it. The later games in Jak 2 and 3, they would kind of translate it to be like the shotgun, like a power shot, basically. Yellow Eco is a projectile that we don't get until the next chapter. And then Dark Eco was basically... you know, it wasn't really expanded on very well in Jak 2 and Jak 3 by extension. Like, it was basically just like... oh my god. Basically, the way it worked was you'd build up a meter, and it was basically like rage mode, I guess is one way of looking at it. It just never really came into play that often, but, and when we do get to that game eventually, that game had a very cool system where you could turn invincible with it, and you could also become a giant, and so it was so weird. It sounds stupid. This is an ambush, by the way. It sounds so stupid, right? But there's a way you can break it, because you're not supposed to do that. So what ends up happening is you can actually get into out-of-bounds areas if you kill, like, so in this game it's a fish, right? We haven't explained it yet, because I haven't had to see it. But, I just want to stay on the outside. You don't want to get too caught up on this bullshit. It's really easy to get hit. So, like, in that game, it's like a camera or some shit. Like, it's like a droid that shoots you. And, I found this out on fucking GameFAQs. It's one of the few things on GameFAQs that's actually accurate. You can use that, like, giant ability in the bomb, and you hit the thing in a really specific way. It actually kills the fucking camera, and you can, like, explore out-of-bounds areas. It's really cool. So, hey, this looks familiar, don't it? We've been here before. This is the place where Daxter fell in. It's cute that they actually give you a power cell for going back here. Oh, man. And by the way, later games give a reason as to why he became an Otzel, but later game stories are really stupid, and they don't really... So, anyways, I love this area. It's really cool. It's probably my nostalgia talking, because this was the demo, and I played this so much. When I first got the game, I didn't know that you had to go to, like, because I saw the boat, and I was like, oh, maybe I gotta go there now. I wanted to do this level very first, and, I'm kind of sad that you couldn't do that. I want to clear this area out, because I need that blue eco for a puzzle. Well, not a puzzle, but, like, at least some orbs. Because, like I said, we need to get as many of these as we can. They're basically currency. They don't really add anything special if you collect all of them. I think you get, like, some percentage, like, bonus, but It's not that important. The game only checks for the best ending if you get all the power cells. That's all you really need. So I want to kill this douchebag. Oh god. I could probably kill him with Red Eco, actually. Nah, it won't last long enough. That's fine, I'll just try without it. But, I'm not gonna do it with this one. It's not gonna happen. Come on. This is a tough one. Yeah, there we go. I was willing to take a hit for that. That's not good. That's sloppy. Ugh. But, yeah, later games would have them be basically a currency as well. But they were mainly to unlock secrets in Jak 2. And they were way less plentiful. They were mainly tucked away in, like, you know, just platforming challenges. They weren't actually meant to be, like... They're not nearly as scattered as they are here. And then you could do little challenges in, like, the city in that game to get them as, like, a bonus. And those are pretty cool, too. It gives you a good reason to explore, I guess. Like, because the map is pretty barren. There's not a lot to do in it. I mean, you can kill NPCs and take cars, because GTA 3 had came out, right? But there's not really any incentive to do anything in the city. But Jak 3 kind of fixed that, and they made it where... So the precursor orbs became currency to get secrets, but they also became currency to upgrade your weapons, like, with certain features and stuff. So it did actually have more of a fleshed out system later on. Where's the barrels? No, that's not the spot I'm thinking of. Yeah, they basically became upgrade fodder, I guess. Jak 3 is really easy, because the upgrades are really broken. One of the most broken things in the entire game is probably the reflex... Ow. Is probably the reflex rifle. You can get, like, an upgrade for it that lets you bounce shots around, and they fucking absolutely obliterate everything. So, this is another challenge we gotta do. It's kind of simple, and that's why I like this. We can hop with the zoomer here, and you can do a hard turn if you hold like that. This is actually very solid. If there's one thing I can say about the Jak and Daxter series, is it has a fucking really good vehicle system. It's like the only game I've ever enjoyed where when you're not in a, like, on-foot area, it's actually tolerable. Because, oh man, Jak 3 has, like, the tightest control for, like, vehicles. And that's why they made Jak Racing, which I don't actually own. That game was pretty well received from what I understand, and I only knew a few people that owned it. I never rented it either, which is sad because I stopped renting games after a while because, I don't know. I lived really far away from, like, any civilization, basically, so, oh shit, that was too close. Renting a game would take, like, I don't know, 40 minutes, and the local VHS store that we were next to didn't actually carry PS2 games. I think they rented out N64 games, that was it. And I did not own an N64 because I was a normal person. I had a PS1. So renting a game was actually kind of a big deal. It was mainly with friends and, like, my cousin or whatever. We'd just rent games a lot because they lived closer to, like, those places. But going to Blockbuster was a real fucking treat, man. It was awesome. I loved it. I miss Blockbuster, like, the way it smelled. I know that sounds strange, but... Dude, the way Blockbuster smelled was incredible. It was so specific. I'm sure if you worked there, probably it wasn't, but... Oh, man, you're not wrong, probably. What am I saying? You're just wrong. Where is that damn dude? Okay, so... We need to kill this last guy without getting killed ourselves. There we go. I'm not really sure what the lore is behind this, and I don't care. They give me a power cell, and that's all that matters. So, there's actually 101 power cells in the game. You only need 100 to finish it. There's a very good reason for that, I'm pretty sure, and it's because the fucking... there's one in, like, the spider caves in, like, the third level set that's just... It's brutal. It's not insanely difficult to get, but it's just like when I was a kid, I fucking wanted to pull my hair out getting it. We'll talk about it when we get there, of course. But, I mean, I've only died once so far, now watch me say that and die 1,000 times. There we go. As much as I'm not going for all the orbs, you do want to get as many as you can, because there is a lot of paywalls in this game. I mean, it's a good incentive to keep playing, though, right? Like, there's not very many negatives I can see with that system, because how should you progress in the game? By actually playing it the first time you play it, right? Yeah, we'll go. I might get killed doing this, because this next part is a bit finicky. But just look at the design of the bridge I'm on. Every single piece of this game was so, like, handcrafted and thought of. Like, I never played Ico, but, like, that's a game that kind of had that vibe. Because I never played it, I'd only see it, right? Nah, that's fine. There's sometimes, like... Ugh, breath mint? Yeah, they took that feature out in later games, by the way. If you die in certain areas, Daxter will give you a Sarky quote. But, no, one thing that I was going to say is if you jump... I'll try and explain it over here, actually. So, well, in a safe place. This is a safe place. So, I'll show you. So if I jump like this... I can do a double jump, right? But if I do... Like, you can see I'm mashing the button, but, like, there's some parts where you can't jump, like, back up in a recovery like that. So that was why I got killed. That's not me being bad. That's why I'm like, that's fine. Like, that is, I think, fixed in later games, but it also makes sense why they put it in the game, right? I don't know what the hell this is... What is this supposed to serve? Like, is this like a... Oh man, that pisses me off. I could have actually probably survived too if I had fucked up. But, oh my god. This isn't that bad. It just... Oh, that's fine. Well, it's not. Because like I said, you don't get very many hits in this game. So there's all the flies. And yeah, later games just kind of stole from GTA 3 and Vice City. And just basically made the game mission-based. Like, you go to an NPC, get story mission... and then you just keep going, right? So, that's what later games would do. This one, I hear the term collectathon get used a lot. I don't mind that. Some people don't like these kinds of games because they think they take forever to play, but I'm like, nah, it's okay. I don't mind it at all. I mean, it gives you more bang for your buck, right? And if you get over here, this thing doesn't do it anymore. It's like, nope, we're done, we're not doing it anymore. So, this is a... kind of cool portion. I actually like this. So once you kill that lurker, you get the last orb, I'm pretty sure. See, look at the design of the wood. I'm dead serious. Like, notice how it's all asymmetrical. Very little of this game has any symmetry to it, which is really cool. So if we go up here, we can go ahead and squat onto this. And that's not close enough. I'm just holding down X to do this. We can blow up these. That should be close, yeah. There we go. How is it? There we go, it's triangle. So I should have all the... Yep, we just gotta turn in the sculptor's thing. Now I can jump down here. If you do that little extender to your jump, you can make a lot of things safe. That's something I really love in this game. If there's anything in a platformer that you want to get correct, and this is for future game developers watching... I don't know why you'd watch my stuff, it's terrible. Basically... The key to a satisfying platformer in my mind is being able to control your jump and also manage and safely recover after you fuck something up. Also, notice this sort of design. This comes up later. This game has a lot of environmental storytelling. You see, everyone likes to sync, yeah. Everyone likes to sync. I don't know what accent I was going for. I was going for a Queensland accent. Why swish like this? Like that, by the way, not a racist Asian caricature. I have the excuse of being still partially ill. So, I'm missing 3 orbs, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, by the way, if you fall off that, it's instant death. But, yeah. I already forgot what I was saying, because I'm still partially sick, so my brain's just mush. One thing I can say, though, is there's a lot of... Oh, people like to say, like, oh, Dark Souls and stuff invented it. I'm like, Nah, tons of games have been using environmental storytelling since like the 80s, okay? This is not a new concept. So, alright, that pretty much takes care of Misty Island, which is, like I said, it's a pretty good gear check, I guess, or, I don't know, rain check to how you're doing so far. You can do this level later, but I usually do it first because it is pretty tough. But yeah, we got a bunch of shit done in this episode, and then we're gonna do the beach in the next one, and then wrap it all up with the end of the level. So I'll see you in the next one.